Hi guys, welcome to Shot for Shot. My name is Kurt.
My name is Butter.
And welcome to a review of Rick and Morty, Season 3, Episode 5, The Whirly Dirly Conspiracy.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's been a long time, it feels like, but we finally got another Rick and Jerry episode.
I mean, it's probably one of few,
I guess the only other Jerry episode I'm thinking of is when they go to, like, the Jerry kindergarten.
But that's where but that's where
I'm
Rick
sure people
leaves.
in the chat are going to be letting know how wrong I am.
Hold on, that's where Rick leaves Jerry at this planet
At a daycare.
with all the, and he finds out there's other Jerrys in the world, and he starts learning that his world is a lot bigger than it is. But this is honestly the first solo adventure of Rick and Jerry.
Yeah.
And it has Morty and Beth and Summer doing their own thing.
So what is the episode exactly?
Okay, so essentially, Rick feels bad for Jerry, and he feels that Jerry really needs a win.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's just trying to be nice and just trying to help out. And you know what? He's going to let Morty do his thing, and he's going to take Jerry on a adventure that he knows he can help him solve easily.
Yeah, help him feel better.
And then, of course, what happens in the classic Rick and Morty episode, you get two things. One, you encounter people that either know Rick or people that want to kill Rick, and that's definitely like what happens in Jerry double crosses Rick at one point. And it's a fun, like, little amusement park where, like, you can't die, and then the bubble bursts and everyone can die all of a sudden.
Yeah, and this episode kind of really also got into Jerry and kind of who Jerry is. I know in Season 3 he's been kind of a really big, sad piece of shit as of lately, but this one...
The coyote took his paycheck, and it was
took his
great.
Paycheck first, and then the chips. But yeah, so this one kind of delved a little bit more into Jerry. I know we kind of all think we kind of know Rick, and our concrete of, like, this is who Rick is, and these are his motives and his wants and his needs. Jerry's kind of a little bit more of an anomaly to us.
Yeah.
That is, I mean, before this episode. This episode... you're kind of learning that everyone is kind of their own Rick in a way.
Yeah.
There's a part where Rick talks to Jerry and he's like, "This is your fucking bit. Like, I know I'm a fucking asshole, but you're also like a pathetic piece of shit, and you also use people that way."
Yeah, like, and it's great. Like, you get to really, like, see Jerry in a different light, but it's like Jerry even himself gets to see him. It's like, wow, that's really who I am, and it's like crazy. It's like, and I never got to see that, and Rick opened my eyes.
Yeah, right. And even Beth, kind of, there was a little, like, line that Morty said to her that kind of also established kind of Beth's motives and, like, wants and needs. Like, you're just like fucking Rick. Like, you're stubborn and you're dumb, but you're like, you think you know best, like,
and
shit.
And that's honestly Beth's whole drive in this episode is that Summer tries to solve her problems using Rick's technology and science, and it goes wrong, of course. And then Beth's, I'm gonna solve it. You know, the classic. I know I can do without Rick. I'm gonna solve it.
Yeah.
And of course, it ends up fucking them all in the ass, and Summer turns into a reverse. Yeah. It's like in a reverse Attack on Titan.
Yeah, it's an Attack on Titan like person.
Oh my god! And there's a great little moment at the end where they have this, like, giant, like, bonding moment with, like, these two, like, Attack on Titan characters. Anyway,
I think I'm gonna sound probably like a broken record, but, like, I think this season is obviously not the funniest season, but I also think it's one of the more well designed, written, and directed seasons by far. And I know people are gonna have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Like, people want to watch cartoons and kind of, like, zone out and not really have to think or feel. And I don't blame you. Like, that's fine. That's great.
That's why I watch.
But I think a lot of, like, kind of what Rick and Morty is sometimes is, like, they go into those places of kind of realness and, like, awkwardness, and it kind of feels out of place, but kind of feels very cool in also the same sense.
Mean, like, honestly, like, it, like, deep down, like, you kind of feel like these are real stories. I mean, not real stories, but these are, like, kind of like almost real characters. You really feel for them.
Yeah, like, you know the
point.
characters.
And it's like there's a scene in this episode where Rick and Jerry are at a bar, and they're having, like, a really cool, like, moment.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like, I feel like this was, like, one of the first times Rick got like, understood Jerry. Like, Jerry's so basic as it is, but again, he's really deep if you think about it. Like, the way, like, Rick explained Jerry in this episode, it kind of made me understand who Jerry is. But I still feel there's more to him. He's not just this random fool that marries Beth, the daughter of the smartest man in the world. There's more to it. I'm sorry. There's more to Jerry.
And I think that's a huge part of the show, too. I think a lot of things are kind of observing characters of how they are and wanting them to be kind of like a certain way. There's the face value, and there's also the, like, motive and hidden true meaning value. Like we were talking earlier, and like he was like saying something about like all along. He's like, we all kind of truly want Rick to be a good person.
I mean, I
like,
deep
in
down
the
think
heart.
he is a good person.
Yeah, and
you want him to be.
that's
but...
not the face value. We kind of think there's a guard blocking that emotion, and it's kind of fun always to see Rick kind of let it down a little bit in the episodes. But then there's always like the kind of reserve that you have with Rick as well.
Yeah.
Be like, well, I mean, then again, he's also a really big fucking asshole.
I mean, honestly, it's always about Rick. Like, it's always like Rick will kill everybody else in the room to save his own soul.
Yeah.
And it's like that's always in the back of his head, no matter what. But I love these moments where you get to see him being real, or like get to see what he really cares about.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying we really got that a lot in this episode, but it was more like just to see him be fun, just be normal, like with Jerry at one point. And then, of course, Jerry fucks him over and double crosses him, and then risotto Groupon.
Yeah, so in the
which is a
episode,
fucking bizarre...
Jerry, I mean, obviously they go to this place where you can be killed and resurrect like instantly.
Yes.
And there's a part where you go off this
My
like
favorite
roller
amusement
coaster
park.
area, and you dip outside of it, and you could like die. And
So that was
Jerry,
their whole plan, was to get him outside of that.
And like the episode touched a lot on the aspect of the relationship between like Rick and the family and Jerry and the family, and why exactly like Jerry left and why isn't he like with the family more. There was a lot of like you like fucking ruined my family, and like some at one point like Rick kind of like cops to it as well.
Yeah.
And then what was the other? It was like, I won't tell them that you admitted to ruining the family if you don't tell them.
I don't know, but it's like do you feel that Rick is the reason they split up? I mean, of course, Jerry's just a shitty guy.
I mean,
like,
Rick is a gigantic catalyst to why they showed up.
course.
I mean, I'm sure if Rick wasn't there, they wouldn't probably have split up too. Like, they are kind of not like the poster child of a happy marriage, even without Rick.
But there's something
But
about
Rick
them,
also
you know what I mean?
puts the strain on it. Like, well, no, like I said, like we love to see them win, and we love to see them like be a happy family. But there's a lot of times where like, they fight and get angry. But then you like the moments you have a bunch of those moments, for those little tiny moments that are like that.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of the episode?
My favorite part of the episode is when they cross like they go through like a wormhole, and there's like this acid trip.
Oh, yeah.
With the three characters. So it was the bad guy, Rick, and Jerry.
Risotto Groupon.
Risotto
Played
Groupon.
by I believe his name is.
You thought it was Billy Zane.
I really did. I honestly thought it was really Billy Zane.
I was like, did he see?
But it's Mr.
Did he see
Krabs.
did he see something in the credits like that I didn't see? Like I looked away for a second and blinked, and like it said like and featuring Billy Zane. But like I was like, that's the only thing you like think Billy Zane is there, because you thought you heard his voice.
No, I swear. I was like, oh, it's Billy Zane. But no, it's actually he's the actor. I believe his name's
Guy does Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Krabs.
Yes.
He's also in Starship Troopers. He's in a bunch of other things.
But yeah, the scene where they go through the wormhole and
Yes, it reminded me of like the second episode from the second season was Morty Night Run.
Yeah.
It was like this awesome psychedelic, like awesome trip scene, and it
Moon
was
Man. Goodbye,
Moon Man. It wasn't as good as the other episode, but I still think it was cool. My favorite little.
Well, sorry. Let me say the reason I also liked it too, because I thought like it was gonna go somewhere, and like, wow, maybe this is like the scene that's gonna make Rick and Jerry like finally like each other and get the family back together. And I think that's a big fucking core thing of the show. It's like you think something's going
them,
one
like,
way, and
naked
you want
wrestling.
to go one way. You want Jerry and Beth to be happy. You want Rick to actually truly love people. You want them to actually like kind of feel each other and bond their souls. And then like, oh nope, fuck you. Like that's actually didn't happen whatsoever. Like within 2 seconds, he's like, you're a big. I remember how big of an asshole you are.
Yeah. My favorite scene definitely was so Beth is like, you know what, I don't need Rick to help solve our giant summer problem. So you know we're gonna call customer service, and of course she calls space customer service, and it turns out there are these little aliens that are on the other line, and they're talking, and all of a sudden she presses the button and she releases them, and it's like, oh, these little guys.
It's just like the classic like sitcom like split where like there's two telephones and you see their customer service office.
And then they all.
So again, she like presses the button, you'll see them run out.
But it's the end credit joke, so you know hopefully you stay tuned for it.
I'm excited for this season, obviously, because it's a very well written season, and it's very fun to watch the characters dive a little bit more into like who they are.
It's definitely more
Like-
action packed, but I wish they would spend more time with just like a few more jokes.
Yeah, no,
and
like,
it's like you really have to like pay
do a
attention
couple,
to get every
like,
joke sometimes.
one more through, punch it up a little bit.
Which isn't bad. I really like that. Like they make you pay attention to the show because there's a lot of stuff happening in
Yeah.
every frame of the show sometimes.
Yeah, like fucking last week's episode too. It's like I'll watch an episode and then like on YouTube there'll be like theories of this new episode or like things you miss on these episodes. Like I was like, what the fuck? Like I was not paying attention whatsoever. But yeah, so are you excited for this next?
You know what? I'm hoping it gets
Rest of the
better,
season?
and I think this next episode is another episode 6 is another Rick and Morty episode. See them in some peril, which
Yeah.
I'm very excited for, and I always love them like flying around in his spacecraft. I always love the little design of it.
Yeah.
It's made
Very
of like
excited.
garbage parts and whatnot. But honestly, thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. We'll definitely be back here next week. To
Of
go through
course.
that episode.
Um,
We appreciate all you guys watching. If you got to this part of the episode, of the review, please check out our other stuff. I know it's a very, very different from this stuff, but we'd love for you guys to check it out, subscribe, just give us a chance to make you laugh. So,
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
thank you guys. My name is Kurt,
My name is Butter.
and thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace, my worlds.
Fuck you.